there traders, this is Matt with Freedom Trade Group. I want to welcome you today. In this video I'm going to be talking about Forex Factory and why it's such a useful tool to use in your trading. Okay, so to just dive right in, I'm going to take you to forexfactory.com. So the first time you arrive here, it's going to look like this. What you're going to want to do is go to Calendar, and it's going to take you to all of these calendar events with economic announcements that are taking place in the various countries affecting currencies. All right. Make sure to bookmark this. You want to reference it regularly. And to make a correlation here, if you think about a share or a company, okay, that's traded in the stock market, say it's Google or Apple, okay. Well, every quarter they have financial statements that come out. There's product announcements. A CEO might come out and talk about some changes that are taking place, and all of those things affect the underlying price of those shares of that company, of the stock. Okay. Well, likewise in countries, there's also things that go on that affect the price of the currency. Okay, you can kind of think of a currency as the stock or the share price of a country. Okay, and so there's things like GDP, there's quarterly announcements, there's Federal Reserve announcements, inflation, maybe the president says something, okay, geopolitical reasons, and all of these things cause fluctuations in the currency markets. Hence the reason why it's important for us as traders to understand these announcements. Okay, we don't want to trade blindly or irresponsibly, and doing this is going to help you be a much better trader in being aware of what's going on. Okay, so to break this down, we've got the date of each announcement, the time, the currency that it's affecting, and the impact. Okay, so we're looking at this week so far. There's a lot of announcements. This is actually a really high impact week, so it's a great example. You'll notice the time here says 2:17 p.m. If I refresh it, 2:19. Well, my time locally for me, it's actually 12:19. Okay, it's important that you make sure that the time of these announcements is in sync with your local time. How you do that is you just click on the time, match automatically, automatic match successful, save the settings, and now your time is synchronized to be 12:19, which is the exact same time for myself right now. Okay, so we're good there on the time. Now, when I'm looking at this announcement that comes out on Wednesday at 12 noon, I know that's going to be 12 noon my time. Perfect. Okay. Now the currency. What's neat about Forex Factory and why it's my personal favorite tool is because there's a lot of ability to customize. So if you come up to this filter button in the corner, you can filter out which currencies you want to be paying attention to, the type of events, and also the impact of the trade. Whether it's a high impact in red, medium in orange, low in yellow, or even just something that's usually pretty minimal, if at all, going to impact. Okay, so for instance, if I'm somebody that trades just primarily the euro US dollar, I can just very easily get rid of all the other chatter out there and focus in on the euro and the US dollar. Apply the filter, and that's all I'm going to be looking at. Okay, really helpful. It's easy for you to see the impact, these high impact events, your eyes go right to them, so you can identify those very easily as well. Okay. The other piece of this is looking at the previous, what the current forecast is, and then the actual, what it came out to be. So I'm going to come back here, I'm just going to click all so we can take a look at all the different currencies here. And for each announcement, we can see what the previous was, what the experts are claiming that what's likely to be the current forecast, what the markets are expecting, and then the actual. And so this actual, you'll see that these first three are in green, which signifies that announcement came out better than expected. All right. If we go to last week, you can see Some are in red, some are in green. Better than expected, red being worse than expected. So you can analyze these things. In fact, you can even get into detail by clicking each one of these detail folders. If you have any questions about what these announcements mean, what the data is about, you can click on the folder and it will actually explain what it's about. Here's the data, here's why it's important, when's the next release, etc., etc. There's a lot of cool stuff for you to pay attention to. I just want to make this quick and easy. Okay, so I hope that was helpful. A big question is, well, why should I be paying attention to this? Well, the reason is because, let's say for instance, Wednesday is loaded with high impact, especially with this FOMC announcement and the federal funds rate. Well, if it's 12 noon on Wednesday and I open my charts and I get into a trade, not being aware that there's a potentially very high impact announcement going on, and I get into the market short, and then all of a sudden the market starts screaming the other direction, well, the reason is because there's that economic or that event risk, right, that you were unaware of, not paying attention to, and being irresponsible about. So simply being aware of these things are going to help you stay out of the market when there's going to be a likelihood of high volatility. Be aware of what's going on in the market. You know, maybe you see a big move that's taking place on the dollar yen like we've seen recently. Well, you can come into here and see what kind of announcements have impacted the yen recently and start making all of it make sense, put the pieces together. Okay, so like I said, make sure you add this to your favorites so that you can reference it easily and regularly, and I hope that helps. Until next time, best of luck with your trading.